Welcome back to another episode of Hot Off the Press. Tonight's a Friday night episode. I'm going to take you back in the Wayback Machine for this episode because we're doing the Dukes of Hazzard. You know, Hazzard County. Jessica and I were bored last night. We're watching the newer 2005 Dukes of Hazzard, you know, and in my opinion, the hottest Jessica Simpson ever. Sean William Scott, 3 first names, something like that, and Johnny Knoxville, but lots of good actors, really funny movie. But I was a big fan of the original Dukes of Hazzard. I loved Luke and Bo Duke. I loved Cooter. I loved Daisy. I just loved the show. I loved the General Lee, you know, and I loved Waylon Jennings. I can recite and do just a good old bum, 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 bum. But you guys don't want to hear me do all that stuff. So, you know, we're going to get to the show. We do dye sublimation. This is an all over Dukes of Hazzard shirt. You know, it's going to be killer. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got Luke. It's got Bo. It's got Daisy laying on top of the car. You know, super 80s style, you know, and Daisy's hot. She's still hot, you know. So nothing against Jessica Simpson. She's awesome too. But Daisy was awesome. And inventor of the Daisy Duke. In case you didn't know yet, Daisy invented the Daisy Dukes. She wore the short shorts. And this shirt is a full color 80s shirt. You know, when I was a kid in the 80s, Friday night, you go for pizza, you go to the mall, you got your $5, which was nowhere near enough for this store because it more was like a $15 store, but it was called the Crazy T-Shirt Shop. And, you know, there was a lot of skill in getting a good shirt out of that place because all over the walls in that place were different shirts, Care Bears, Ghostbusters, the Dukes of Hazzard. You know, they had like hologram Dukes of Hazzard and then these plasticky ones. And it's crazy time because some of us had these hologram shirts and the image just faded right off of them. And sometimes you'd get a peeled image and all of a sudden you'd be going to school and it was just flopping off your shirt like a fish or something. You're like, oh, look, this shirt's killer. And then you're just bored of school and you like rip the image off the shirt. But in addition to that, you could put numbers on the back. I mean, I'm not telling anyone anything, you know, new, but this was a store. And nowadays you can do this stuff at home, you know. So that's kind of why I'm showing you this. And with dye sublimation, when you use blanks that are like 50-50 or better as far as polyester content, you can achieve these super rich, fully detailed designs and these all over shirts, just like the one I'm wearing of Grover, you know. And I should have did this one as an episode because this shirt is awesome and I love Grover too, but you know, I just have so many ideas going through my head. So I wore the shirt while I'm doing tonight's episode. Dukes! And yeah, you know, it's really hard to get at Dukes of Hazzard anything because of, you know, all the controversy with the Confederate flag in the day and age. But at the same time, the show itself was most kids' favorite show. Just jump into a car, the General Lee, you know, no door handles, getting to jump in the car. You know, if you were a kid of the 80s, you probably thought you were cool, jumping in the car, all the good stuff. And, you know, I did too. So yeah, just lock that door. But then they brought the childproof window, made it really difficult. Anyway, 80s. Yeah, they don't do that anymore either. Yeah, so, you know, I'm very old. I'm showing my age here because, like I said, we're in the Wayback Machine. But ultimately, this isn't the type of like 80s t-shirt crazy shirt anymore, you know, where it's going to fall off. These are going to be like fully poppy. I could wash this shirt 10 times and it's going to have the same resiliency, literally the same resiliency. Some people who talk about like, what is that word? Pilling. Yeah, where the shirt kind of gets like a bubble, you know, like pilling or like, you know, little bubble rollers. And some shirts can do that, but I've really not even ran into that. And we are going to puff print this as well. We're going to take the Dukes of Hazzard logo on it and do a cutout puff print, you know, because that's the type of stuff you could do in these crazy t-shirt shops is like put your name on the back, put a number, you know, like I'm number 10. I don't know why, because maybe it's I'm 10 years old. Jeff, and I'm 10 on my back of my shirt, you know, so it was just like a different time. But yeah, you know, dye sublimation, I don't think everyone's totally understanding how cool this is, how simple this is. I literally print this for probably $1, you know, to make this entire image on my large Epson SC F570 printer, which I highly recommend. It's a home use printer. I use Epson ink, and then I use this tacky paper where it's like a tacky dye sublimation paper. If you'd like to know about it, just ask in the comments and I'll leave you a link to it. But yeah, this paper is super cool because it doesn't jump around. And so I don't even tape these blanks down. What you see is what you get. I've never made this shirt before, and I'm gonna reveal it to you right here and now, hot off the press. So without even looking, let's see how this thing turned out. Probably pretty killer. Hopefully you guys like it. Just stay tuned. We're gonna put a puff print on it, and we're gonna hop into General E. And as with many of the shirts that we do on Hot Off the Press, we're adding a puff print. So we are puffing this entire Dukes of Hazzard that you see here, and it's gonna be the exact same color. I even had this brown puff. It's awesome. 25 seconds. We're down to 10 seconds before I show it to you. We do this at 295 degrees. A lot of pressure on these. You have to make sure that you maintain the pressure of these. And it's important that when you pull them, you cool them. If you don't, they just don't come out right. But I don't even puff everything anymore. Like this shirt, I didn't puff because I could super grow over it and stuff. This thing's gonna be crazy. Oh yeah, I should pull it. Here we go, get ready. I'm gonna shake, rattle, and roll. This is a huge puff, 14 inches across, in a brown that you never see. You just never see. Come out so cool. Check it out. Daisy, Dukes of Hazzard. I'll put the thing on to show you. Hang tight. Here we have it, the all over dye sublimated Dukes of Hazzard shirt. Matching brown puff print. Came out so cool with the outline underneath it. We've got Daisy laying on top of the General Lee. And we've got Luke and Bo Duke, very proud of themselves. And I'm very proud of myself for making this shirt. Thank you for watching the channel. And stay tuned. You can't believe how far you come doing things just by doing things. So please give me a like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.